think reef update number 5. So gonna go over livestock, corals, nutrients, just the usual things I go over. This is kind of an impromptu update. I don't really have anything planned. Everything's still kind of waking up in the tank, so if something's not open, that's probably why. Let's go over fish to start with. So I had the blue, the orange back, fairy wrasse jump out of the tank probably like a week or 2 ago, so that sucks. This tank had no lid on it for about 4 or 5 months, and I was working on getting a lid for it because I got I think I picked up the Melanera's wrasse and I was like, all right, I should really get a lid. So I went and started building a lid for the tank. I think I had about 3/4 of the tank covered the night before. Everything was fine. I woke up the next day, I was working on finishing the lid. And then I went to work for a few hours, came back, and while there was like 1/4 of the tank open, the blue wrasse jumps out. So that's a bummer. It's really ironic that as I'm building a lid for the tank, the wrasse decided to jump out. So I do feel bad about that, but at this point it is what it is. For new fish though, I've added a black leopard wrasse, which you can see right in the front there. And then, I can't remember if the Melanera's was in there from the last video, but a Melanera's wrasse. And then also a firefish goby at the top up there. So they're all doing really well. I've had the leopard for about a week, and he's finally starting to get adjusted to this other time zone. You know, they come from like Fiji, I believe. So that's like a 12-hour difference. So his whole day has been flipped upside down. So the whole last week, he comes out for like an hour or 2, but I think he just looks for food and goes back. He's going crazy right now on some pods probably. I have been dosing pods. You know, I don't want to let him starve, give him a decent chance with some food. Now I normally would QT these fish, but something like a leopard wrasse is hard to QT. You know, my QT has no sand in it and also has no pods in it, so really rather give him a chance to eat something and you know, be in a more natural environment. And so far he's doing great, so I'm excited about that. You know, all the fish are doing good, getting fat. The only, you know, the Tang and him were going at it for a little bit, but I believe he has won and decided that he's the new boss of the reef, but so that's pretty cool. As far as coral, I think I've added not much new. Let me get a little closer here. So the bottom left, I got that glow bug. Frog spawn or octo spawn. I just got that yesterday. I'm gonna put him on the rocks probably tomorrow or something. And then I got that super sweet, it's like a bright neon green Goniopora straight back. And that thing's doing awesome. I got that a few weeks ago and fully extended all the time. Super excited about that. Other than that, nothing else is really new. Algae is back and out of vengeance, so I have got a ton of algae. The hair algae that like wasn't here before, which was like a mossy type, is gone for the most part, and that's been replaced with Bryopsis pretty much. So arguably worse, for sure worse. So the urchin, I think, got some stuck on his back. It was like in a small corner, and I'd been keeping it like managed with hydrogen peroxide. And then I think he got some on his back and spread it everywhere. So I'm probably gonna get, my plan right now Now I could use like reflux, but I think, and that is still an option, but my plan is to get like a brush with like a little tank that comes with it, fill it with hydrogen peroxide, and then like I can squeeze the brush as I hit the rock with it and try to like spot kill it. We'll see how that works. I don't know yet, but also had a brief experience with dinos. So for about a few days, maybe half a week, I had dino strings and shit everywhere. That is now all gone, but I definitely don't want that back. I think that was due to just nutrients getting too low, and that's kind of been a constant thing with this tank, is nitrates and phosphates have been right around 0. I have been doing water changes every week. I'm not sure if I should stop doing that. I've also recently discovered that my RODI filter from Waterbox came with 2 carbon blocks and no sediment filter. So in the sediment section, there was also a carbon filter, so it had never been getting sediment filtered. And so then I also think my DI resin and my membrane are pretty exhausted, like for sure. So that's unfortunate. I did send them an email saying, you should definitely QT check these things because that's just kind of unacceptable. Yeah, I probably should have double checked, but when something already comes together, you assume that it comes together right from the factory. And I don't have a ton of experience with RGI filters. I mean, I had one before, but that was like years ago, so 10 years ago. So I have replaced the DI resin, and I repacked that. I put new sediment. I finally put a sediment filter in there, replaced the carbon. The only thing I didn't replace is the membrane, but I think I probably should. So I think in a few weeks I'm going to repack the DI resin and then do the membrane. So that's that. Other than that, let me think. Yeah, nutrients have been sitting near 0. I'm still running Chaeto in the sump, but it's like a give or take. Like, do I take the Chaeto out to try to get nutrients up? But then once those nutrients come up, I'm probably going to see more algae. The thing, I'm just going to take things slowly make adjustments. I'm going to try to do some water changes with this new salt water I'm making with the hopefully better filtered water. I mean, in both scenarios, I was seeing 0 TDS, but I mean, how much can I trust my TDS meter? I'm not sure. Show you guys. So here's my new lid. Literally like $15 at Home Depot. You can build a screen lid and then get the clear mesh from Amazon or maybe your local fish store. Here's the Orphic light light mount. I did have to drill some holes for this Reef Breeders LED, but and I had to get some custom like screws from the hardware store as well to get that to work. But overall, the aesthetic is way better than the factory mount you get from Reef Breeders. And then I went with this back of the tank mount because the amount that's actually in the tank is like a few millimeters versus the Reef Breeders one is like this giant clunky thing with screws on the inside of the tank, and it just looks terrible, to be honest with you. I think I might. I think ultimately I'm gonna turn the lights up in this tank more slowly over time. So that's the plan there. Other than that, for this tank right now, I mean, I think I have enough coral until I get this algae under control. So, maybe I'll pick up a few pieces here and there. I mean, all my coral is doing good, like those Duncans have tons of new heads, I started with 2 on one of those, there's like 10 now. The other one started at 5, it's growing another probably 8, so, and then I have one more that has 2 heads growing like 4 more. frog spawns are splitting, hammers are splitting, blastos are growing new heads, Fabia splitting. All the coral's doing good. My, alk is at 8, calcium is 420, magnesium is like 1350. It's all stable, it's all doing good. It's basically just nutrient management at this point, getting that tuned in. And then I've also been throwing around the idea of just getting rid of the refugium, like Chaeto. I can leave the rocks and stuff down there, but I might just get a protein skimmer and just kind of be done with the refugium. At least going forward, I'm going to set up this other tank with that in an experiment and see how I like that better. I think probably fish-wise in the future, I'm looking to finish off the livestock list, so I'm looking to get flame hawk, a dotty back, maybe like 2 bang eyes, and 1 more fairy wrasse that I lost mine, probably like a pink one or something, and then I'm calling this tank done. I think that'll put me around 11 fish. This is a 50 gallon or 50 some gallon tank. It's like 40 inches by 18, so that'll probably put me in a good stocking point. But yep, I kind of did this all in one run. Thanks for watching, guys. This is pretty much it. I'm gonna keep doing more updates. Hopefully my next one is a little bit better. I didn't have a lot of time for this, but if you got any questions on how the tank's going or some suggestions, I'm open to whatever. So thanks for watching, guys. See you later.